Hello there. The Nissan Primera P12 behind me does one particular thing exceptionally well. Hang on. It's extremely good at going backwards. And that's because somewhere in here, there's a colour reversing camera, which I'll tell you all about because, well, I think you're going to like it. Welcome to CarSpyTV. Now, this particular Primera P12 is from 2005, which means it's a revised model with the colour reversing camera, where some of the earlier models have a black and white camera. And in this video, I'll show you how it works, explain the pros and cons, and we'll also do a slightly dangerous test that involves getting far too close to another car. Cross your fingers. Now, the camera itself is just above the rear registration plate up here. So let's have a look. Can you see that? And I think what we'll do while we're here is we'll just give that a quick clean, just to make sure we get the best possible view. Now, you don't have to manually turn on the camera. It comes on automatically when you pop the car into reverse gear, and then the image appears up here on this nice big screen in the center of the dashboard. So let's see if the picture is any good. So, as is typical when you're reversing a car, today we have an owl sitting on a stool, and he's about 18 inches off the rear bumper. So this is what we see on the screen, and we can clearly see the owl there sitting on his stool, looking quite happy. At the bottom here, we have this grey line that runs from right to left. That is the car's rear bumper. So that's important because it means we can see the end of the car and, of course, the gap to any hazard. So this reversing camera is mighty handy when you're parking in a tight spot. What isn't quite so good, at least by modern standards, is that this screen is low resolution, but nonetheless it's okay. And you can optimize how it looks by pressing settings, and then you can adjust the brightness, contrast, tint and color if you feel so inclined. So it's time now to reverse uncomfortably close up to another car, and for that car, rather than a new Rolls Royce, we use this old Nissan Micra that I paid the grand total of £100 for. So let's just move it to a more convenient location, which is over here somewhere. That looks about right. No reversing camera though. Now, as a safeguard, I'll put the owl in the Micra, and what he can do is look out the window there. He can see the Primera coming, and if by any chance we do get a bit too close, he can shout stop. So pay attention, will ya? Good. Okay, so let's have a go. We can see the Micra there at the top of the screen. I will now go slowly back towards it. Nice and gently for obvious enough reasons, and we can clearly see it getting bigger and bigger and closer. Best slow down a bit, I think. How close do we dare get? What do you reckon? How about there? And I think that's close enough to show that the reversing camera is mighty handy and enables you to squeeze into all kinds of tight spaces. No dents. So there we go. We know that the reversing camera in this old Nissan Primera P12 enables us to confidently reverse up to other cars and indeed owls that live in the garden. But look, it's daytime, it's light outside, and that poses an interesting question. Is the reversing camera any good at night, in the dark? Any idea? None at all? Well, don't worry, we'll wait for dark and we'll test it then. Can you still see me? I'm over here. So, as you can tell, it's now night time, so it's nice and dark. So that gives us the perfect opportunity to test the reversing camera in low light and find out precisely how good it is. So what we'll do first is turn off the torch and then I'll show you exactly how dark it is here at 12:30 at night. So we're now looking straight ahead through the windscreen, and I don't know about you, but I can't see much at all. Very dark indeed. There are no streetlights, for example. I'm now panning the camera across to the left and pointing it directly at the Nissan Micra, which is only about 8 feet away. And again, I can barely see it. So this is going to be a very tough test for the reversing camera on this old Nissan Primera P12, because it's more or less completely black out there. The only light we have to help it is a little bit of ambient from the moon, and of course anything the car itself can generate, most notably of course from the reversing lights. So let's see how it gets on. And there we go, we can still see the Micra quite clearly in the top right hand corner of the screen there. The picture is a little grainy in these conditions, but nonetheless it's perfectly good. Let's just get a little bit closer. I don't want to get too close in these conditions for obvious reasons, but you can see we can very easily move up towards that car and park. Just like that. So there we go. Those are the pros and cons of the colour reversing camera in my 2005 Nissan Primera P12. Now, if you enjoy watching me mess about with old cars in the pitch black in the middle of the night, don't forget to subscribe to CarSpyTV because, well, I'm bound to do it again at some point. Can you also please do me a favour and click like on this video? But that's it for now. I'm going to bed. Good night.